Hey everyone, before we dive in, please hit that subscribe button to join our channel and stay updated with more stories like this one. This table's for family only. Stella, take a chair in the back. That's what my sister said at her engagement dinner, flashing a grin for the photos. I'm Stella Hart, 32, strong enough to carry everyone's burdens, but too drained to keep footing their bills. The room glowed with white brick walls, candles lined neatly along a flawless table runner. My spot? A folding chair next to the garbage bin. Mom filled her glass, avoiding my gaze. She's okay, she muttered to no one in particular. Then the bill landed, $4, 800. The waiter's eyes followed their glances to me. I rose, my hands steady from years of lifting, my voice calm from years of holding back. This isn't my table, I said, and for once the room listened. If you've ever heard, don't make it about money, it's family, this story will hit home. True love doesn't stick you by the trash or slide you the check. Part 2. The weight of being the reliable one. Our house was cramped, always dripping somewhere. Rain plinked into old buckets we never swapped out. Dad would say, "Lucky we've got a daughter like you," then hand me a ladder and some roofing tar. Kelsey got piano classes and sparkly recitals. I got splinters under my nails and cracked hands. If something broke, I patched it. If someone needed money, I covered it. Mom's compliments always came with a price tag. Don't fuss about money, it's family. When Kelsey moved downtown, I packed her U-Haul, drove it, hauled furniture up 3 floors, hung shelves, fixed a wall, added a lock, and paid her deposit while she waited for her first paycheck. "I'll pay you back," she promised, all hairspray and hugs. 6 months later, she acted like we'd never talked. "Don't make it weird," Mom chimed in. "Your sister's building her future." Dad grinned, the kind of grin that settles things. You bring the strength. She brings the possibilities. Both count. I stopped fighting. It was simpler to lift a beam than argue over one. Small betrayals piled up like pinholes in drywall. My address showed up on a store card. My Netflix account got hijacked by strangers, a kid's profile named after Ethan's dog. When I changed the passwords, I was the bad guy. "You're punishing Kelsey for thriving," Mom said. So, I started a spreadsheet to stay sane. Dates, amounts, excuses, promises that never came through. $350 for her first month's parking, $780 for emergency dental work, a $1,000 loan for Ethan's crypto venture, $2,500 for Mom's car deposit, $160 here, $120 there, until my nights turned into rows of numbers. Like shoring up a sagging wall, knowing it's off-center. Every time I asked for a place at the table, they handed me a tool. Every time I asked for respect, they handed me a bill. I became the pillar everyone leaned on, but never the person they invited to sit. I wasn't part of the table. I was propping it up. Part 3. The calm before the stand. The week before the party, the group chat lit up. Color schemes, custom drinks, a hashtag. Kelsey pinned a registry at the top, cash preferred, under every category. She added a section called "If You Care About Us." My jaw clenched like it was set in stone. I asked, "What do you really need?" Her reply, a big-hearted sister with a smiley emoji. That night, Dad stopped by with a lecture. "Your sister's marrying into something big," he started. "Don't ruin it with your ego. Family status matters. Your time will come. Later is a promise that never shows up." I nodded and cleaned the dishes. Thursday at lunch, Kelsey called 12 times. I picked up, dust on my work sleeves. "We went over the numbers," she said, all cheerful. "You can cover the venue minimum. How much is that?" I asked. She sighed, "Don't make it weird." "Why is it on me if Ethan's handling it?" "Because we shouldn't have to spell it out," she snapped. "Just bring the cash." I stared at the gravel outside my truck, thinking of anchors that actually hold. My boundaries felt like flimsy tape, useful until someone tugged. Saturday morning, Dad texted a seating chart. My name wasn't there. "Where am I?" I asked. He sent a heart emoji and a thumbs up. At the restaurant, the hostess checked her tablet. "Oh, you're Stella," she said, like it was a punchline. The table looked like a magazine spread, candles, name cards, a little family sign. I raised a hand. Kelsey's smile tightened. No open seats, she said, still smiling. Family only here. She pointed past the bar, past the bathroom, to a folding chair by a gray trash bin. A napkin and fork sat on it. No plate. The service door swung open. A busser paused. You okay? He asked, seeing it all. I'm fine, I said. The chair's metal legs scraped the floor like an alarm. At the main table, toast floated up like mist. My name came up once, and Stella, always so dependable. The rest got lost in the chatter. A server carried cake my way, then veered past. Someone whispered. The plate didn't come back. I folded my napkin like a work order, counted breaths like bolts in a frame. Mom poured water, eyes elsewhere. She's fine, she told the air. Ethan leaned back, sockless loafers swinging. Quiet spot for you, huh? I sipped water that tasted like rust. My hand stayed calm. I came to celebrate my sister. They came to test my strength. You can rearrange chairs, but you can't shift a foundation that chooses to stay put. Something started to solidify in my chest, a slow hardening I could feel. You can plan a party, but not my resolve. Part 4, the check and the line. Dinner wound down like a tired engine. Candlelight softened the room's edges, making it seem warmer than it was. The manager appeared by Ethan's side, a leather bill folder in hand, murmuring instructions. Ethan tapped his glass with a knife. All right, folks, he said, like he was running a boardroom. We've got a special plan for the check. His eyes crossed the room to mine. The waiter followed his gaze, not his steps. The folder tilted toward my corner. Laughter faded. The air felt tight, like a cramped attic. The old instinct kicked in, smile. Smooth it over, pay, vanish. Mom sipped her water, eyes fixed elsewhere. Kelsey tilted her chin. Don't make it about money. It's family. The busser's glance held an apology. He set down a thin slice of cake. The waiter reached me, folder in hand. Total's $4,800, he said softly. Not my table, I said, my voice steady as a plumb line. He paused. Ethan's grin widened, his tone a touch sharper. Chill, Stella. It's just for fun. Be generous. It's my fiancé's night. That's why I brought a gift, I said. Not a venue. Aunt Linda watched like she was in a jury box. A fork clinked too hard against a plate. Dad stood, sat, then crossed his arms. Don't pout, he said. It's Kelsey's night. I'm not pouting, I replied. I'm refusing a bill. Ethan's mom whispered to the server. My cake passed by again, untouched. I stood, the chair scraping concrete like a signal. Help whoever ordered that, I told the waiter, nodding to the folder. I'm not on their tab. I handed Kelsey's card to the busser. Give this to her, I said. Or don't. The manager stepped closer, his smile cautious. Is there an issue? No issue, I said. Just not my table. Silence spread like ripples to the table's edges. The candle stood still. Kelsey cleared her throat. Stella, don't be dramatic. We thought you'd be generous. I was, I said. For years. Mom finally met my eyes, her voice careful. Sweetheart, don't embarrass your sister. She has guests. She had a seat for them, I said. Not for me. Something settled inside me, firm and final, like concrete setting after a pour. Years of flimsy tape peeled away. An anchor dropped where it belonged. I didn't shout or make a scene. I made a choice. Then I walked to the door. The outside air felt raw and true. My hands were steady, a new kind of steady. My phone buzzed with group chat notifications, piling up like loose bricks. Mom, where did you go? Dad, you owe your sister an apology. Kelsey, grow up. Ethan, not cool, upsetting the staff. Aunt Linda, money comes back. Family doesn't. I typed, erased, typed again, then sent 2 words, I'm done. The door behind me closed. Something inside me stayed shut. A boundary is quiet until it resonates. Part 5, The Reckoning and the Lock. The morning after, my phone glowed with notifications. Missed calls, concern dressed as demands. Dad, family meeting for o'clock. Kelsey, if you care about me, show it. At noon, I opened my spreadsheet. Rows of dates, amounts, reasons, silent work made real. I drove to my parents' house, steeling myself. Inside felt like a courtroom. Mom on the sofa, Dad rigid. Kelsey with a notebook, the TV muted. Mom started, rehearsed. Cover Kelsey's bill. She missed the minimum. No, I said. Dad stiffened. Don't talk to your mother like that. I'm talking to the plan, I said. The answer's no. Kelsey didn't look up. Option 2, she said brightly. Pay $500 a month. Below market, call it aunt tax. I'm her sister, I said, not an ATM. Mom's smile faded. Don't make us pick sides. You already did, I said. You put me by the trash. Dad leaned in. If she's ruined, that's on you. She won't be, I said. She has you. I turned my laptop toward them. What's this? Dad asked. A ledger. Receipts you called love, I said. Mom flinched. You kept track. I kept my sanity, I replied, closing the laptop. Here's what's changing. No more access to my accounts. No more devices on my plans. No more until payday. Requests need respect and details. Dad half stood, then stopped. You think you're above us? No, I said. Just not below. Mom tried again. Tough love builds strength. It built resentment, I said. We parted without embraces. At home, I changed passwords and cut off shared accounts. By afternoon, my boss left a voicemail. Your mom called, asked for an advance in your name. Thanks for the heads up, I said. Kelsey and Ethan showed up, banging on my door. You're unbelievable, she said, shoving past. Do you know what you've done? Set a boundary, I said, blocking the hallway. Ethan tried to smile. The seating was a joke. Kelsey slapped a credit card on my counter. My name, canceled months ago. Guess Mom found it, she said. Leave, I said. You can't kick out your sister, she laughed. I can, I said, opening the door. And I am. The next morning, Mom texted about a leak emergency. I brought tools and an invoice pad. You'll help, right? She asked. I'll check, I said, showing my rates. A faulty wax ring, 40 minutes. I fixed it, cleaned up, handed her the invoice. Charging your own mother, she whispered. Charging a client, I said. Dad blocked the doorway. Delete that spreadsheet. No, I said. He stepped aside. At home, I taped a note by the lock. Do we want this? A question before every yes. I turned the deadbolt. It wasn't a slam, just a click that held. Part 6, the silence that lasts. The noise faded after 2 weeks. Not gone, just clearer. Group chats fractured into smaller circles, ones I wasn't part of. Aunt Linda texted, I saw. I'm proud. I taped her words by the lock. Below, do we want this? Mornings found a new rhythm. Coffee at 6, stretch, check my boots, job site by 7. I took a side gig, finished it clean, left it broom swept. Got a tip and a nod of respect. My foreman mentioned crew lead. You've got steady nerves and grit, he said. I said yes without second guessing. At home, I fixed a creaky hinge, oiled the deadbolt until it glided. Small victories. Kelsey posted champagne photos and captions. I didn't linger. Mom called once, then again, no scripts this time, just pauses. I'm working on it, she said. Me too, I replied. Respect first, then requests. Dad sent a single period, a dot pretending to care. I let it slide. At dusk, I drove to the lake, skipped stones like old debts, watched them sink quietly. I wasn't mad anymore. Anger's loud. Closure's upkeep. I kept the spreadsheet, not for spite, but for truth. Truth isn't mean. I skipped the wedding, sent a card, wishing you the best. No cash inside. That night, I made too much pasta, ate it all. The kitchen smelling of garlic and freedom. I stood by the door, listening, not for knocks, but for calm. If they learn to speak respect, my door's open. If not, it still swings inward. If you've chosen boundaries over guilt, you're not alone. Share how you found yours. Help someone find theirs. I didn't walk away from family. I walked away from their table and kept my own.